Mykkänen elected as new mayor of Espoo, set to start in February 2025. Vantaar's Myyrmäki station faces drug-related security concerns. Jyväskylä's budget plan for 2024 includes school and library closures. Boy severely injured in bus accident in Vaasa's Gerby area. Mykkänen, the Minister of the Environment and Climate, was elected as the new mayor of Espoo in a secret ballot. The election took place on October 21, with Mykkänen winning against Tuular Aintolar by a margin of 44-31. In his speech after being elected, Mykkänen expressed his gratitude and stated that leading the city where he was born is a great responsibility. He emphasized that this new role marks a turning point in his career and pledged to work impartially, representing all residents of Espoo. The position of mayor of Espoo is considered significant, as it is Finland's second largest city. Mykkänen will officially take office on February 1, 2025, after current mayor Karelia retires at the end of January. In the meantime, Prime Minister Petteri Orpo will consider appointing Mykkänen's successor as minister. The city of Vantaa, Finland, is facing issues related to public safety, especially in the area around Myyrmäki station. Local residents have expressed concerns about feeling unsafe, particularly at night, due to the presence of drug users and gangs selling drugs in the area. This situation has made many people wary and uncomfortable about passing through the area in the evenings. Vantaa's mayor, Pekka Timonen, climbed onto the roof of a run-down parking lot in the area and understood why residents feel unsafe. He acknowledged that some areas of the city have deteriorated and need redevelopment. Along with concerns about drug issues, recent police statistics indicate that Vantaa has the highest crime and disorder rate among Finland's major cities. In response, the police have implemented stricter control measures, focusing especially on preventing drug trafficking around Myyrmäki station. In addition to increasing patrols, both uniformed and plainclothes police officers will be involved to reduce crime in the area. Mayor Timonen hopes that with redevelopment and improvement efforts, Myyrmäki will become a safer and more livable place for residents within the next 5 to 10 years. Jyväskylä's mayor, Timo Koivisto, presented the city's budget plan for next year on Monday. Under the proposal, the city will close 2 schools, Kuohu and Liner Lami, as well as 2 libraries, Lohea Koski and Visenker. These cuts aim to save costs, while the city will also cease snow clearing services for households with residents over 75 years old. Despite reducing spending by approximately €7.7 million, the 2024 budget still forecasts a deficit of €20.7 million, primarily due to changes in national budget allocations. Along with these cuts, Koivisto also proposed investing around €85 million in development projects. The city plans to invest €500,000 in collaboration with Toyota and the Central Finland Mobility Foundation (CEFMOV) to promote clean and efficient mobility. Additional investments will also go toward a children's healthcare project and support for cultural activities. The budget proposal will be discussed at the City Council on November 25. On Monday morning, a boy riding a bicycle was seriously injured after being hit by a bus on Mantuomantie Air Road in the Gerby area of Vaasa. The accident occurred at around 8 a.m. in dark and rainy conditions. The boy was severely injured and has been taken to the hospital for treatment. Several units of police, rescue, and emergency services were present at the scene to handle the situation. Police are currently investigating the cause of the accident, with the bus driver under suspicion for traffic safety violations. The boy is a student at Gerby Skolan Primary School. Principal Fredrik Sundal reported that the boy is in critical condition and has been transferred from Vaasa to another hospital for further care. The school has informed parents and is providing psychological support to students through a crisis support team, including counselors and medical staff. Sundal also encouraged parents to contact the school if their children need additional support following the incident. In the city of Lahti, police are investigating a serious assault involving teenagers. According to information from the Häme Regional Police, a group of minors organized revenge against bullies by humiliating and threatening them with violence. This incident was filmed and quickly spread on social media, drawing widespread attention. Police have opened investigations into multiple offenses, including assault, unlawful threats, and defamation. Currently, these acts of revenge are spreading, raising concerns about escalating violence among students. The South Karelia court has begun handling a 3-year-long human trafficking case involving Pan Yilei, the owner of a restaurant in Lappeenrantaa. Pan is accused of human trafficking and exploiting a Chinese worker. According to the indictment, Yilei deceived the man into buying a €100,000 share in the company with the promise of renewing his residence permit. However, instead of gaining benefits, the victim was forced to work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 or 7 days a week, for very low wages between 2014 and 2016. The strain of work and harsh labor conditions left the victim isolated from Finnish society, unable to learn the language or understand labor rights. The victim returned to China in 2016 after failing to have his residence permit renewed. However, Pan Yilei denies all allegations, claiming the issue stems from misunderstandings and the victim's frustration. The defense lawyer argued that the victim was paid fairly and did not work excessively as alleged. The trial will continue over the next 4 days. Recently, the wreckage of the Risto locomotive was discovered to have been dismantled at the Haapamäki steam engine park in Myyrmäki, under suspicion of vandalism. The park owners dismantled the Risto locomotive along with 2 railcars that may belong to someone else. The case is now under investigation as a serious case of embezzlement. The owners claim they were only dismantling old equipment that belonged to them, but the VR Railway Company believes the locomotives are their property. VR requested the immediate halt of dismantling after receiving information from the Finnish Railway Museum. The locomotives and railcars have been transported to Myyrmäki and will be sold for scrap, pending the outcome of the investigation to determine rightful ownership. VR donated the locomotives to the city of Gerby in the 1980s, but the city returned them to VR when the park's ownership structure changed. Recently, the flow of Finnish students to Estonia has been decreasing, and one of the main reasons is the rising cost of living in Estonia. Contrary to the belief that life in Estonia is cheaper and Finnish students can live comfortably, the reality is different. According to Mila-Maria Kuzarlar, former president of the Finnish Student Union in Tallinn, although student activities are still lively, the number of Finnish students in Estonia has significantly decreased. Some reasons include changes in Finland's education policies, increased quotas for medical and veterinary programs, as well as the impact of inflation driving up the cost of living in Estonia. Iris Perikar, currently studying international law at Tallinn University, noted that the cost of living is now only 5 to 10 euros lower than in Finland. Although rent is still cheaper than in Helsinki, additional costs such as heating and maintenance make the cost of living no longer as affordable as before. In the past 2 weeks, 4 dogs have been killed by wolves in the Sotkamo region, frustrating hunters. Many have temporarily stopped using dogs for hunting due to safety concerns. Zuharni Vautilainen, a hunter in Sotkamo, said this year has been challenging, with wolves continuously attacking dogs in the area. This issue has persisted for the past 2 decades. Some hunters worry that ineffective wildlife management could lead to spontaneous, illegal actions if these fears are not addressed promptly. The environmental campaign, Don't Burn the Future, has filed a complaint against 15 bioenergy companies in Finland for misleading advertising. Environmental activists argue that these companies have created a false impression that using wood biomass as emission-free, carbon-neutral, or environmentally friendly. However, according to the campaign, burning wood can result in higher emissions than coal. Some companies have altered their marketing after receiving requests, such as Lahti Energy R, which removed the claim of carbon-free, green heat, from its website. Other companies are also reviewing their marketing to comply with new European Union regulations, set to take effect next year. These regulations aim to control inaccurate environmental claims and reduce greenwashing in advertising. Tomi Air Roller, CEO of the Kuopion Palloseura KUPS football team, expressed disappointment over disruptive incidents during Saturday's match between KUPS and HJK. In the Veikkausliiga championship match in Kuopio, some spectators brought flares into the stadium, causing smoke to spread across the field just before the match began. After the match ended, a flare was thrown from the stands onto the field and was then thrown back into the crowd, Air Roller commented that this was a very unfortunate and extremely dangerous situation, emphasizing that flares can burn at hundreds of degrees and cause serious injuries. The police received 2 complaints and are investigating the matter. Fortunately, no one was injured in these incidents, but the police will continue assessing possible damages at the stadium.